This video is sponsored by Freddy. If you've been watching my YouTube channel and you've been paying attention, then you already know about PrEP, a once-a-day pill that reduces the risk of contracting HIV by 99%. But have you heard about Canada's largest PrEP clinic? I'm talking about Freddy. They've made getting PrEP in Canada as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Visit gofreddy.com to book your free virtual consultation and get PrEP prescribed online. 2. Have it delivered right to your door. Oh, and 90% of Freddy patients get their prescription for free. 3. Brag to anyone who will listen about how responsible you are with your sexual health. Go ahead. You've earned it. Taking care of your sexual health is smart and sexy. So what are you waiting for? Get started with a 1-minute PrEP questionnaire at gofreddy.com. When we think of a gay bathhouse today, we think dark rooms, slings, pruny hands from the jacuzzi. But that wasn't always the case. The bathhouse has a long and sordid past that we don't have time to go into for this video. Instead, come with me as we retrace the steps and try to answer unsuccessfully, what's the real story of the bathhouse? Or sauna, if you live in Europe. Yeah. Now imagine, if you will, ancient Greece, the birthplace of anal. For all of its philosophy and ideas, no one was thinking about a place for gays to have sex. The public baths were a little too public, so some gays get together and start digging. In this early model of a bathhouse, desperate gays dig a giant hole. Too bad no one thought to fill it with water. Here we see 4 twinks splashing each other with water from a small basin. The foreplay is palpable, but no one brought lube. Evolution takes time, unless you're a creationist. And so the modern bathhouse looks nothing like these early prototypes. In this Polaroid, we see 4 very pale gay Greeks submerged in an aquarium. The bathhouse is starting to take form. Unfortunately for these 4 brave pioneers, some queen added fish, which turned out to be piranha. And it was back to the drawing board. Finally, we see something that resembles a bathtub. Could this be the first bathhouse? It's not. After the Vietnam War, Marie Antoinette raided Greece and destroyed the early bathhouses. Could this be the first hate crime? It's not. But it was a setback for the gays who had already survived picking up the pieces after the Real Friends of WeHo debuted on MTV. Time marches on, and in medieval Europe, the gays are hornier than ever, and they restart their quest to invent the bathhouse. Here we have a prototype of a portable bathhouse. Made of wood, the medieval gay on the go could bring the party with him from place to place. But without any plumbing, water would turn cold and shrinkage would scare away potential hookups. So clever gays convinced their best girlfriends to bring them warm water to keep the action hot. Of course, in those days, privacy was a luxury most couldn't afford, with mothers bathing their grown gay sons and whole families surrounding the gay at dinner time. It got so bad that Thanksgiving was often celebrated in a giant bathtub. It was obvious the original idea for the bathhouse had gotten away from the gays. Like house music, interior design, and RuPaul, the straights wanted a piece of what the gays had. It took centuries before we could shake them off, but by the mid-20th century, things started to look up. Here we see Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis's father, a failed and relatively unknown actor named Tony Curtis, who liked to frequent the gay bathhouses of 1950s Los Angeles. Note the posing and leering, hallmarks of any good gay bathhouse. After the sexual revolution of the 1960s, a struggling singer by the name of Bette Midler, not being able to find work anywhere else, opened a bathhouse called Continental Baths. She may have done it just to give herself a stage, but it also gave the gays a place to play. The gays finally had their bathhouse, a place to go for a steam, to hop in a sling, or to grow a mustache. But the happy times were about to end. To this day, no one knows why AIDS targeted the bathhouses specifically. But one by one, everyone's favorite hangout closed its doors. Slowly, the stirrings of revolution were in the air, and the remaining bathhouses band together to fight AIDS. Eventually, the bathhouses won and threw their doors open to a horny public. But as its popularity grew once again, a new enemy appeared on the horizon. Historians are torn as to the reasons why police hated the bathhouses so much. Popular theories allude to the fact that most policemen of the time just didn't look good in a towel. The bathhouse raids were a glaring blemish on the police, an organization with a pristine past, and one that today is universally loved. Years later, the police eventually apologized, but the bathhouses would never forget. Strike 3 came more recently, as a mysterious virus that has yet to be named spread around the globe faster than people's realization that Elon Musk is completely incompetent. The world shuttered its doors for the first time, but fear of a deadly virus was old hat for the old resilient bathhouse, who knew how to survive this kind of attack. Today, the modern gay bathhouse is a place for men to socialize, relax, and get off. A haven from their busy lives, gays of all walks of life, gays of all different shapes and sizes and age groups can come together and bond. After millennia of trial and error, of setbacks and set forwards, we finally have a place to call our own. A place to recognize someone you know but pretend you don't see them. A place to hook up with someone, then ignore them out in the real world. A place to say and do those things you would never allow yourself to do normally, and probably shouldn't. That, my friends, is the power of the bathhouse. Thank you for watching. Supporting my channel is easy with perks like monthly video chats with me, advanced access to episodes, behind the scenes content, and more. And for a deeper dive, why not join my newsletter? It's absolutely free and full of stuff that I don't share anywhere else. Just go to patrickmarano.com. And I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!